Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the excellence of radio execution, striking fear in the hearts of all Cointelpro. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
And Jaja, what's up, y'all?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The two hottest, greatest, most spectacular talk show hosts in the alternative media that has been co-opted by a bunch of Cointelpro scum that they think they're Beyonce. They want to just say my name, don't they?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter, actually, in the end of the day. They're just trying to block real people like you and I who are investigators and do very critical research. And they're afraid of us, and they're all co-opted. There's like a main CIA central.
There's a hub.
There's a hub, and then there's subsidiaries, and a lot of them are people that you might tend to listen to in talk radio. And we are not one of them. Okay, we are dissidents. We're considered straight up dissidents, and this is not a joke. There are a lot of other people that say that they're different or the alternative to the alternative media. That is not the case. They're actually working for the alternative media, which is owned by...
No. They're working for the government as alternative
which
media.
is owned by the Nazis, which is run by the Nazis.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy that you've chosen to listen to us today, October 16th, 2015. This is another rousing, epic episode of the Bruce Montalvo Show. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the American people that are under attack. It's yours truly. They're under attack by a bunch of bald, fat, just out of shape losers that if they saw me in the middle of the street or if that bailiff wouldn't have been there, you know, I would have kicked his monkey ass all over the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just him that comes and attacks you. There's a lot of other people, so you do what you can, you know?
But there's this Goomba, Guinea, bald idiot that just loves to say my name, say my name.
Yeah, but he's got no listeners anymore.
Keep saying my name, Holmes.
There's only 100 people.
Listen, I'm el enmascarado de las conspiraciones. You know how many freaking masks I have? I have more masks than meal mascaras, homie. Come on, dude. As a consumer advocate, you're a freaking flaming fanoik.
But that's okay. I mean, that's okay if he's gay. He just does, you know.
No, not only is this Cointelpro Guinea gay, but he's a chubby chaser, too. He loves these women that are just like...
So you just said he's gay, but then he's straight. So make up your mind,
so he's both, man. He's like a freaking crossroads freeway. I don't know. You go this way, you go that way.
He does talk about his sphincter.
Sphinx, yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Great day today. We've been having a swell time. We went out to New York. Jaja had to... Well, we live in New York, but... I mean, we went out to Manhattan.
We're in Brooklyn. We're in the...
Well, I consider Brooklyn to just be New York.
Well, it is, you know. We walked over the Brooklyn Bridge, so it's not like that far.
Anyway, you had some business you had to handle out there.
Yeah.
And we were right there in the center of, like, basically the law epicenter of New York.
Yeah.
We were at the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse.
The federal courts where I was filing an appeal.
That's right. We're not going to tell them too much. We'll get into it in a couple other episodes. But, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to tell you is that I was observing some of the symbolism inside the courthouse, the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse in Manhattan. And as soon as I walked in, I freaking saw like 1 million swastikas at the top. At the top of the building.
First you saw the
interior.
owls. First you saw the owls all
That's
hidden.
right. These golden owls on the elevators. Basically, it's Minerva. Just the Bohemian
Moloch?
Grove owls. Well, Moloch is a bull.
Oh, that's right.
So this would be
Lilith.
Lilith. That's right. Lilith. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how to keep that succubus away, you basically just say a prayer to Elijah. Right?
Yeah.
And we're going to be having some great guests that are really knowledgeable in this field, actually, coming onto the show very soon. I'm very excited about that.
We couldn't get her for Halloween, but we got her after Halloween because she's such a hot commodity.
Hot commodity. She's in demand.
Yeah, and she's amazing. So just, keep tuning into us. We will let you know when we have one of our most fabulous guests coming on, and a rare treat because
I want to ask her about that. I want to ask her about these. She has a book. What's that book called?
What do you mean, what book? She's got like 15 books.
No, but the book I like.
Encyclopedia. She's got like...
It's the encyclopedia of what?
Well, she's got books. One of it is called 5,000 Spells. It's like the handbook where she went around the world basically learning everybody's magic and then compiled it. And it's like a encyclopedia of every spell ever cast.
Unbelievable.
Very cool.
Anyway, as we're walking past the Brooklyn Bridge, coming back into the neighborhood, what did we notice? We noticed that Jimmy freaking Kimmel, that loser, is like doing things around our neighborhood now.
They shut it down, man.
I mean, they shut down our neighborhood just for this fat bastard from L.A. You know, I thought I left L.A., but L.A.'s following me around all over BK. They're following me all over my neighborhood. They're even filming Gotham here.
Yeah, and Gotham's like really pissing me off because...
Well, tell them about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, Bruce said months before, I think it was like a month before they started filming there, he pointed to this one building and said, oh, that's very gothic looking, you know, and look at the owls on top of the school. They have erections.
Right.
And it's Brooklyn Tech. I says, oh, my God, you're so observant. It was so high up. How did you notice it? It was really weird. Not like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, they have two Liliths up there.
A full film crew with Gotham. Not only that, they got the lead character. First, they posed to look like you. His name is Bruce Wayne, right?
Bruce, and the detective is Gordon.
Right. So that's my last name,
right? So we were like, what's going on here?
But then the fact is that the kid looked a lot like you with the same eyebrows.
When I was young.
Dressed like you. But they posed him like you even for our wedding picture. And it was just...
But they got little freaking Hollywood scouts running up and down. And, you know, I go out to get a carton of eggs and whatnot, and they're like, just like peeping game or what?
Yeah. They said this kid is Sephardic Jewish. He's not. I looked at him. I said, where did this kid come from? Look at him acting all great, you know, able to take it on like a role, like mad trained. I'm looking at his face. I'm like, he's a little short for his age. I'm like looking at him even. Yo, that kid is Tom Cruise's kid and his wife, Kate. I did all the research on him. It's his kid. You know, of course, he's a Lebensborn, and they lie. You know, they lie. They say he's like a Jew, so more people think there's Jews getting the parts, and it's untrue.
And for those of you who don't know what Lebensborn is, basically started under Himmler. It's a breeding program from the Nazis where they basically ensured their supremacy.
The blonde head and blue eyes.
Their future supremacy, moving over to the United States of America under Operation Paperclip. You know how many scientists they brought over from that thing. What they had, Werner von Braun and all these other scientists.
Forget Werner von Braun.
Well, he was a speaking head. We know that, but I'm just mentioning to the people that are in the know.
Yeah, but the problem is that that's the only name that everybody knows, and it's not true. There were 100,000 people. He represents 100,000.
Well, it gets the people started on this little breadcrumb trail of truth. Okay, you tell them something, and hopefully they follow.
Werner von Braun is the father of Batman and Superman, Christopher Reeves and Adam West. Okay,
right.
So. You know, that's
part of the breeding program right there.
Exactly. And then the kids of their kids, they always get positions, whether they're working for the government or they're working for, or, you know, not seemingly working for the government by being in the music industry or the art industry nowadays, because it's all government sponsored
Absolutely,
propaganda.
But it just amazes me how everywhere they decide to film around Brooklyn, they have owls that are representative of ISIS, that are representative of Lilith. So much of this occult synarchy that is embedded in the architecture of so many buildings. For those of you that know me, I'm one of the best in spotting Masonic architecture, like just the obscure. You know, what you don't see,
Bruce
I see it.
He even pointed it out to the guard. He was like, excuse me, sir, did you ever bother looking up and seeing the whole entire ceiling in this building is covered with SWAT stickers? He was laughing.
That's right. Well, I thought he was Jewish, but you said he was like Irish, right?
Yeah, those guards are not Jews. They were all like old Irish guys.
Drinking Mick, just a bunch of mix, right? Oh, that's racist. That's racist against Irish people, yeah, racist.
You are racist.
Look, I fight Nazis, okay, folks? You, G.I. Joe pigs. You fight Nazis? Really?
Pigs.
Really, dude? Really big?
That's
Look,
so
you must fight Nazis when you look in the mirror, don't you? Your hands are
true.
all. Well, go ahead and tell them. I'm repeating what you said.
Okay, well, don't repeat what I said. I'm right here.
It's Operation Mockingjay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell
to
him.
me. I mean,
Don't do that to me. Tell him.
Yeah,
You take it too long. Tell him the joke. Tell him the joke. I was gonna say it.
Yeah, but if Biggs was fighting Nazis, his whole his fists would be charred up from all the glass from punching himself out in the mirror.
That's right. Why doesn't he have two black eyes protesting Hillary for prison? He said he was fighting Nazis. He should have two fucking black eyes. And
yeah, but we know that he's related to Richard Lay.
That's right. Google up Richard Lay and
G.I.
Robert Lay.
Robert Lay, yes.
These freaking Nazis, man.
Richard isn't a
just
German name. Yeah, it's Robert Lay. Ley.
Goes over your head.
Yeah. No, it's true, though. I mean, these guys, it's a joke. It's one joke after another. They're on the Nazi tip. Everybody, every fart out of every one of their mouths is Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. It's because they're upset with us. We are the culprits of it.
That's right. We released this one documentary titled Children of Third Reich a while back. We got so much heat for it, they didn't want to have us on air because we were the ones that were at the forefront, at the tip of the spear at exposing just this Nazi hegemony that's taken over the United States, that was designed to take over the United States.
Absolutely.
These people are all high power gangsters high power Nazi gangsters running the United States of America. Running
the court system, running the music system, running everything. You can't get anything won in court unless you're a Nazi. You can only be just so famous unless you have this Aryan blood. You can get
Amalek blood.
Yeah, it's just
no, seriously, I put on those freaking They Live glasses. I see the swastikas on these Nazis' foreheads.
You know, speaking of swastikas on foreheads, you know, I'm a rapper, right, guys? You know, my name is Jaja. Look it up, man. I make
Jaja.
See, I work at it, right? And I've been pushed to the side. I've been robbed. And nobody really wants to respect me. They want to call me names now, even though because they know that I'm so raped and robbed, because my melodies are all my material.
Well, nobody's going to do any raping and robbing because I got a bat with their freaking name on it right here.
Yeah.
They decide to do that. Anyway, go on.
But what they do is that, you know, all of a sudden they have these fools like this guy Macklemore. I think I heard like one or two of his songs. They were like, okay. They weren't really anything. That
guy looks like some New Kids on the Block shit.
Ugh, he's so fugly. I mean, so fucking ugly. I mean, first of all, I'm like, wait, this nigga comes from nowhere, okay? He's white, I can call him a nigga, okay?
That's what, go ahead.
They can say whatever the hell they want about me. This nigga shows up out of nowhere, on stage, you know, all of a sudden with millions of hits everywhere, ugly as fuck, and we're like just whack shit. Doesn't even touch my material, right? Doesn't even come to what my songs are. But all of a sudden, he's the hottest thing in between. Right, so I'm looking at his ugly ass face and I says, you know what, white boy? I knows you's a freaking Nazi, all right? I'm gonna figure out who the fuck yous is. I'm like looking. I remember seeing some. First, I go digging. I remember seeing his ugly ass face on some guy in his one group called Dexy's Midnight Runners. I don't know what made me think of them.
Come on, Eileen.
I started coming in my head. I was like, come on, Eileen. And I was like, let me check because I know he looked like some.
It was a vision.
Yeah, it was like a vision. It was like some ugly European. So I opened the band's picture up, and there was a guy looking exactly identical. Not just one picture, like all the pictures of Dexy's Midnight Runners. One dude looks identical to Macklemore. So then I'm like, hey, punk. You know, I'm all over his page. I'm like, hey, this is why you win the business, right? You got daddy, huh? Oh, that makes you so cool. Makes you such a hot rapper, right, baby? You know, and then I go, just wait. I'm going to get you for real. So then I go ahead. After I get his daddy, I'm like, I got his great-grandfather and his grandfather. They're named Mackinson. Okay, all I did was look up Nazi, M-A-C-K, and then the names came up. One was called like August. The other one was August von Mackinson. The other one's August Ebhart. Mackinson, the second one was a Nazi. The first one was Mad Ole, born in the 1850s. He wore this big fur hat, skull and bones, with a skull on it. This thing is so freaking Russian looking. It was so freaky.
You have become the modern Simon Wiesenthal.
Ah, yes.
Seriously, I'm in awe of your work.
Yeah.
And so many people want to say, oh, yeah, they're washed up. Bullshit. What have you idiots have ever done in your lives besides steal homes and run from the long dick of the law? You've done nothing. Jaja over here has been in the Whitney Museum, exhibited her amazing art throughout the world. Okay? She's been on VH1, various television programs. Me, I'll tell you a little something about me. I used to be a rock and roller back in the days. I did pretty good at it.
Bruce is a singer.
All right? And, I'm the man of a million masks. El enmascarado de las conspiraciones. That's right. And if you want to make fun of me for being Mexican, last time I checked, the Mexicans kicked the French's asses. The Mexican kicked the freaking Geronimo's ass. And guess what? I'll kick your Guinea ass too if you show up in New York, you son of a bitch. You listening to me?
Speaking of son of a bitches, we're eating... we try to eat really well because, we try to keep healthy. We're not idiots. We don't eat fast food. We cook at home most of the time. We started to shop at Trader Joe's. And it was like on and off, in between if we couldn't get to Whole Foods or we couldn't, they didn't have anything at the local Pathmark Delabach. We would go to Trader Joe's and, buy assorted things, and Bruce liked the raviolis and
that pappardelle.
The pappardelle, a few things,
The sardines
and the
pretty
sauces,
good too.
And the tuna's
too
great.
salty though.
Okay, so we started getting very sick. We didn't know why. Very sick.
And then there's another correlation with the MSG, and we're waking up and we were like,
so
whoa.
We started to figure what could blow up our ankles like this, both of us. And my vision started to blur.
Right, with the MSG.
And your vision started to blur. You're like, I can't see.
Slightly in the morning.
Yeah, you were like, I can't see. And it's me too. I couldn't see in the morning. It was like really weird. And we weren't eating even that much like of what their products are. But we got my ankles swelled up so big. I never had a problem. I'm somebody that avoids salt like the plague.
Absolutely.
So I went digging, what chemicals could potentially cause this bloating. And one of them is MSG. So I went and did very, very deep research into finding out if Trader Joe's uses MSG. And in fact, what they do is they do use it, but they don't call it MSG. And it's disgusting because what they do is they conceal it. And
Absolutely.
I saw it on message boards, and it's called, there's 3 different names that Trader Joe's will use. One that will act on your body just like MSG. And it's been proven that MSG causes blindness and also swelling.
Now, I'm really glad you said that because I got an article in front of me titled Eye Damage from MSG Consumption. And they could look this up if they want to at foodnavigator.com, and it states, researchers at Hirosaki University in Japan have found that rats fed on diets of high MSG suffer from vision loss. So there you go. They must be feeding this to FBI informants. They're feeding FBI informants with MSG on purpose. And they're seeing that they're losing their eyesight. Not only that, but I think it's having an adverse effect on their hair because they're going bald too. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Anyway, so what the other 3 names, which I know you're gripped by the seat right now to find out what they are, you have to look for something called either autolyzed yeast or hydrolyzed soy protein or just glutamate. Now that's on paper what they can say. And the product contains an MSG equivalent. These additives are not labeled as MSG, but are essentially the same things. So what we have to do is, just scrutinize right now on all the labels. But I really think that the Trader Joe's, since they've co-opted all their products, And there's nobody, and I went through consumer affairs reports, message boards on all kinds of food poison, any kind of issue with Trader Joe's. And I believe that they have no regulations. Nobody's standing over them. Nobody's in there. Nobody's watching them. They're getting away with so much food poisoning. It's unbelievable. People are complaining about MSG headaches. They're screaming at the top of their internet voices, saying that, like, I don't believe the claims by Trader Joe's that these products do not contain MSG. After trying many of their house brands, I immediately felt the agony of a migraine headache coming on. As a recent article said, they do not disclose any of their sourcing, and they do not offer transparency at all in any of the ingredients to the public.
Absolutely. And Occupy Monsanto has exposed Trader Joe's for having GMOs in their food. And they're supposed to be organic and whatnot, one of these trendy little organic shops, but they have GMOs in their food. They're not telling you. They have another name for MSG. I mean, these people think they're slick, don't they?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the fact is that the first times we went there, because, I got sick, we tried the tamales. And I am very allergic to GMO.
That's because I need to take you to LA, baby, so you have those tamales over there. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, so I got very itchy, I mean, it's not healthy itchy. It's
want to eat no freaking tamale at Trader Joe's? What the hell is that?
So anyways, then I knew right there that they were using GMO food. They were using the products. So then we went back the next time after that. We had asked 3 people in the store, and they looked at us with scared, straight, dumbfounded looks on our face and on their faces that they never heard what a GMO is.
Not only that, but every time we were going over there, I felt like we were going into some little cult, some little weird little freaking coven of just weirdo organic food people. And I told you I hated it. I'd go in there and they all look like freaking like weirdos.
But they're not really organic people, and they're
not. That's where the feeling came in, the sixth sense, where I was like, there's something wrong with these people.
And there's something wrong with that store.
And there's something wrong with that store. And we figured out, folks, that the store, the owner, he's dead now, but the owner was actually a Nazi.
A real Nazi.
That's right. You want to tell them about that?
It's all over. Yes, it's all over. I'm like, why are they trying to kill us? And who is it that owns this? So that's the first thing we did. Because if I'm feeling sick and I feel like something's trying to kill me, I'm going to figure out who the fuck is trying to kill me. Who's trying to target
That's why
us,
you're going to whip out the Striz app.
So then we pull up these articles. It's his brothers straight out of Germany with extremely Nazi ties. You can check it out right now. Type in Trader Joe's Nazi. You will see mad amounts of articles relating to Trader Joe's and their Nazi heritage. Now, the funny thing is, and the most concerning thing for us, was the name. And the last name was Albrecht.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder who that could be.
I thought I heard some stupid titless bimbo talk about how she had RFID in Walmart underwear, or how their company was probably involved in putting that in there to begin with, or these little NSA 30-second, I sound like Marge Simpson, and I'm going to RFID you and feed you GMO food too.
Hi, I'm going to be on your 90-second interviews and give you runners and tell you all about...
Wasn't Lilith a redhead?
Yeah, I guess so.
The most evil women, trust me on this one, folks. The most evil women are freaking redheads.
Yeah,
I hate redheads.
Bruce has a story, but...
Oh, God.
There's something really wrong with her, and I never really liked her runners. I mean, I thought they were slightly informative, but you know what? And they're everywhere. They're on Rule of Law Radio. They're on everybody's show.
Oh, yeah, her runners, and we'll say her name, Catherine Albrecht.
Yeah.
This person is a Nazi, undercover Nazi.
Yeah, and she covers the whole, first of all, you want to know, where is she finding enough money to pay for her advertisement? Number one, through all those radio shows. She's funding them. She funds Start Page. She is...
You mean NSA Page?
Yeah. She's go to Start Page.
It's just another subsidiary of the NSA, more than likely. And they say they're not keeping track of your IP and all that. Bullshista. They are.
Well, the thing is that if you know about Start Page, then you have something to hide. So, of course, then they're really going to look at you. So every time we go to Start Page, we look up things concerning Catherine Albrecht.
Yeah, like vaginal blah blah blah. Anything, DVDA shot. I don't know. Just the most outlandish stuff you could think of. We type it in there, just
to upset her.
Being little hellraisers.
But the fact is that being an expert in visual, comparisons and being an art major, myself and a museum respected artist, I took a look at the two guys, the T.O. and Carl, I think his name is, and she looks like him. One of them is her father.
Catherine Albrecht is related to the Nazis that run Trader Joe's.
Yes, and I could support that with some other founded information that, the fact that she's cock-blocking her ties to the supermarket.
That's right.
Right? She actually, when she first came out in 2002, 2003, when I started checking her, when I put up in quotes Trader Joe's and Catherine Albrecht, a few things came up. She was one of the first people to know about security in supermarkets and some kind of a crazy card.
I thought all she knew was RFID, National ID, and Walmart underwear, but go on.
Yeah, but she knows all about supermarkets too.
No, actually she does. But this is all the NSA
she doesn't
giving
speak
her
about
the
it
info.
because she doesn't want to be associated with it. But when she first came out, she was right there talking about some hypothetical, they're going to look for your ID. And then every single time they reprinted this one article about her, these cards, supermarket cards, somebody was always there saying, oh, but Trader Joe's won't ever do that. It was like she had his own little propagated piece of intel right there, like a person there just trying to prop her up.
To subvert the fact that she's related to Trader Joe's, or she has
but they can promote
any type of affiliation.
But they can promote it by saying, but the Trader Joe's won't accept those cards. They're rejecting it. And every time they mentioned that, one of her people came in and supported her content with Trader Joe's. Not her. She wouldn't mention it because she knew that she had to keep herself separate because she's basically funneling her money into an NSA operation. All Trader Joe's is going to start page and whatever else she needs to get into. But I am so furious with this blue-eyed monster, okay? And it's not even...
most colonialists had blue eyes. Most of them, blue eyes. Blue eyes and blonde hair. The Vikings, what did they do? They raped, pillaged, and murdered, right? But people want to hold them in such high regard. I want to whip out my freaking Benelli shotgun on one of these sons of bitches.
But I told you about red hair. So they could be...
Oh yeah, Lilith had red hair.
Yeah, but they said that anybody with red hair has black in them, some kind of a heritage of a black person in them. That's how the hair gets red. It's like this, from what I understand.
Right.
From, you read about red hair and the origins, they comes from black people. So
there you have it, folks. Trader Joe's and the owner of Start Page are all Nazi scum. Okay, one pushes the RFID agenda, and then the others push the GMOs and the MSG and the foods.
And they put it up so high, it's not even funny, okay? I took a drop of this salad dressing, and it blew up my ankle so big. And, I do not even cook with salt in my house. We do not even eat salt. If we use any salt
That's right. If you have any Coronas, you're telling me, don't put any salt on that line. Anyway, that's just me being Mexican.
Yeah, but if I use any salt, it's the sea salt. It's
I don't even drink Corona.
It's Himalayan pink salt.
Not anymore.
No, it's GMO. But I use pink Himalayan sea salt. It's healthier, if at all. So there's no way I had any kind of a sodium issue.
It was very bad. It was very bad. Stay away from Trader Joe's, folks. Stay away from Trader Joe's. Stay away from an NSA hub that's just trying to database and data log you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we were talking about Cointelpro earlier. They are targeting us because we are the absolute truth tellers. We are the center of the universe. We are the excellence of radio execution. Nobody comes close to having the amount of balls, I'm going to say it again, balls, that we got.
That's right. Bruce and I are not scared, of you people.
Oh, no, I will go toe-to-toe like Manny Pacquiao in the middle of the street with any one of these Cointelpro agents. All they got to do is pick up the phone and leave Blackwater at home and just show up, okay? And I'll honor your whatever it is. If you want to do a freaking, a sword duel, Well, you're a freaking Fanuc, so when I say sword duel, you're already thinking some nasty things, aren't you? Aren't you? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward with just the onslaught of violence that is erupting in Israel.
No.
Wow. These goat eye eating, just pubic
the
hair
rich people.
bearded bastards are going around stabbing so many Israeli people right now, so many Jews. I'm just sick of it. I would wish one of you freaking halal sons of bitches would try to come at me with that stabbing
but
shit.
They're not really. I'll
freaking put a UFC elbow right in your face.
But Bruce, they want the Jews and the Arabs to fight. That's the whole thing.
That is the whole thing.
They're all controlled right now. A lot of the Arab factions, all right, Hezbollah, Hamas, they are being run by the Fourth Reich.
And let me tell you this. They are just stupid Jesuit towelhead warriors then.
That's what they are.
That are carrying out the Nazis' agenda. Because if you go back, there was a Muslim unit to the SS.
Yes,
the Hanzar division. And I took a couple of just looks at some of the soldiers. One of them looks like the spitting image of Vladimir Putin. Yeah, and then last week, I don't know if it's got cut off. I don't know if it's Spreaker having just glitches or if it's the NSA, what have you. But it seems that right when I was going to say that soldier, that unnamed soldier, we gave him a name. It was Zbigniew Brzezinski, folks.
That's right.
Zbigniew Brzezinski, all right? And this is coming from an artist that has better facial recognition in her eyes than the machines the fucking feds got.
That's right.
I'm telling you, folks. Otherwise, her artwork wouldn't be exhibited around the world. And what have you done? What have you people done? Seriously, you've done nothing. Go find the window, find the nearest window, and just jump right out of it. Run into a freaking knife, you fat Twinkie-eating bitch.
They are CIA run operation, and the judges don't even know the freaking law, okay, because I stated my facts, and not just the facts, but the statutes and the laws, and the judge just overlooked the Visual Arts Rights Act.
What do you expect? What do you expect, Jaja?
The ceiling was covered in Nazis.
Masons,
I know.
Lawyers, cops, especially narcs. They use them for Cointelpro, right? Right, consumer advocate? That's right. That's why you had law enforcement freaking just badges, right? You had the serial number. You had everything.
I'll make them pay, Bruce. I don't care. They want to fight with me. It doesn't cost me anything because I'm pro se and we don't have money. But I will keep writing. I will give them a 90
we don't have money like them.
I will give them a 90
they're the man.
Oh, but you know what? For the small amount of settlement offer that I even offered them, and if they reject anything, I will give them 90-page briefs, and I will file.
Oh, yeah, you're the pro se from hell.
I will file a petition for rehearing, and if they want to jack out one of the guy who masturbated in public, if they want to throw him out, I'm going to run to California and file in freaking California.
California.
Okay? All right, they took my photograph that's like world famous. It was already disputed in court before.
Back.
It was already all over.
Cali.
It was all over all the art networks. All the art. You can look it up. It's in the Whitney. My photograph's called "Plant Your Feet on the Ground." They just appropriated it, and they used it for their main image, Coney 2012. And then they try to say they never saw it after it had mad.
It was all over the place. It was all over the place. Right. Coney, bro.
Yeah,
where the hell are you at, bro?
Yeah, where's Alex Jones?
You mean Bill. Look, Bill, you published a long time ago one of my articles about how excellent I am at executing, just observing Masonic architecture in anything. I could find it. Compared to Jaja suing Cody.
I even used an article in InfoWars.
That's right, as a source.
As a source.
As a source. You hear that, you fat son of a bitch?
Yeah, You know, Alex, I used one of your freaking articles to discredit these people. All right? Of course, you're part of them. Oh, and you want to know what else? The day that I got my appellate papers in, what's his face? Michael freaking Nazi Savage comes out. The minute I get it in my house, I go down. My mailman comes. I give it up. I bring it up. I put Michael Savage's on. He says, Coney 2012. And out of nowhere, in no context. Okay, what kind of...
There was no reason for him to say anything about Coney 2012 that day. There was nothing on the Drudge Report. There was nothing going on.
And there was nothing in the sentence that indicated that it had any relevance. In fact, that just somebody on his Skype told him to say it.
Well, they're probably going to be mentioning it a lot more because Obama, the dictator-in-chief, has just sent about, I don't know, like 900 troops into Cameroon or somewhere like that.
Wow.
You know, so this guy definitely needs to have his Nobel Peace Prize taken away from him. Like, effective immediately. This guy is just a piece of crap.
Well, they're using the whole Coney thing to get into Africa because they want to rape them.
That's
they
right.
want their minerals. They want their diamonds. They want their
I said a long time
gemstones.
ago that Africa was the crown jewel of the oligarchical psychopaths, and you could see, I mean, you know, it's Dr. Strangelove to a certain extent. They're up there playing patty cake in Syria. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, is Russia going to attack Israel in the Golan Heights? I mean, what the hell's going to go on? I mean, what was it that Kissinger said, that Israel wouldn't last more than 10 years? To me, they're going to do something
Kissinger
big,
said that?
big.
And he's the one, and they Kissinger on the Knesset.
And speaking,
his name is on the Knesset, you
right?
know,
Yeah, of course,
and Rothschild.
Of course. And speaking of Rothschild, the dope was kissing the freaking hand of the Rothschilds.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that in the picture with Henry Kissinger was right there
the
too.
new one, right? This new Francis, right?
The dope, yes.
Francis.
The Jesuit. The Jesuit. Jesuit. None of you idiots out there, all you Jesuits, I think you mispronounced Jesuit on purpose so that the common folk who might not know what the Jesuits are, like, misspell it wrong. Like, they spell it with a G, like, Jesuit, whatever the hell. Sounds like you're a stuttering idiot kid that's had too many freaking vaccines.
Yeah, it's like a fancy word. But
some over-vaccinated, red-haired idiot.
But what about the Jesuit in charge? He called it a Jesuit. A Jesuit.
Yeah, all these freaking Leo Zagamis flip-flopping just fanooks that one day, oh yeah, I am working with the Vatican. Well, it's like they have a little flower and they're peeling the little petals off. I love the Vatican. I don't love the Vatican. I'm working for the Vatican. I'm not working for the Vatican. I'm working for the Vatican.
I am exposing the Vatican.
Exposing the Vatican. Listen, dude, go back to freaking Italy. No, just
stay there.
Just stay in Iran. Italy, Iran, they both have the same freaking colors. They're all a bunch of Etruscan fanooks. Just a bunch of go-eye-eating bastards, if you ask me.
Yeah, we're such rebels. Okay, we're such rebels.
Ask me what I like to drink. Ask me what my favorite drink is.
What's your favorite drink?
Italian blood. Speaking of blood, folks, there was a lot of blood that was shed in Benghazi. Americans died. It was a gun-running operation run by this just lesbian-in-chief, future lesbian-in-chief, and she had her main woman doing the catwalk in Congress. That's right, Uma Osama bin Laden. Uma
suck a wiener.
Uma gets a wiener from Hillary Clinton on the backside. She was
Uma Strap-on.
That's right. That's what I meant.
Yeah, her name is really Uma Strap-on.
Anyway, she was in Congress today doing the fandango around the Benghazi questions. She was just like, basically saying, what difference does it make in Arabic or whatever freaking language that?
Indian, I think she's Indian.
Oh, buddy. She's a buddy.
Yes, my friend.
She was speaking in Tiki Marsala language.
That's right, my friend.
Anyway, it's just ridiculous. These people are liars. I don't want to see her in a white dress looking like a zebra. I want to see these people in orange jumpsuits, folks.
You're not going to see the grandchild of the Wicked Witch of the West in prison, okay? She's going to be the president, most likely.
Oh,
Just
God.
like, and you know what?
There's nowhere on Earth where you could escape the New World Order, folks. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I mean, literally, you got to go from here to Mars, which is how much I love Janine. From here to Mars. She is my universe. She is my everything.
So all these people in power, a lot of them are related. And I don't know why people don't see it. It's like you've created this, an acceptance or like an acquaintance with certain people's faces, that the next time you see another face that's like supposed to control you or enforce a law or be a person of respect, it echoes.
Oh, forget about it. She was in San Antonio and she looked like Eva Peron. They did like a little like Che Guevara picture of her, and she looked just like Eva Peron. Like they're trying to assimilate her face to that of dictator.
Really, but I wanted to mention that our own Ms. Pelosi, the one with so many Italian ties that we think she's so Italian.
Oh yeah.
Is not so Italian. Put her freaking face right next to Nancy Reagan's.
She doesn't eat cannoli. She eats Wiener Schnitzel, folks.
Okay, this woman is another little woman, just like Nancy. She's got the exact same eyes. She's got the exact same smile, the exact same cheeks, the exact same chin, and they're even wearing the same color, red, in the same angle. And there's another picture I have where they look like sisters or something. Or
wow, it's amazing. Just the similarities. You can see the family traits right there in their faces.
Something family. Either she's Nancy's niece, or there's something related to there. And Nancy herself, we've already traced back with Reagan on a few shows prior to this. Back from a concentration camp. They came right out of Germany.
Reagan was such a mind-controlled, just stooge. I mean, they had clearance for Reagan at Lookout Mountain. It's basically where Laurel Canyon, Los Angeles, basically just the Musicians Institute of MK Ultra.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, Laurel Canyon, because it's very, very disconcerting, again, because...
That's where all these guys like Macklemore, who you talk about, trained. They trained them at.
Like, where do they come from? Are they on the streets spending years writing lyrics straight from the heart? Are they, on stage thugging it, struggling, with little
prerequisite.
venues?
The prerequisite is to be a Nazi.
Yeah.
That's how you get into Laurel Canyon and Lookout Mountain. And we both know we saw Ronald Reagan in a goddamn Nazi outfit, didn't we?
Yeah, what about Bruno Mars? I traced him to Elliot Rodgers and Adam West and Werner von Braun. Okay? Wow. So these
Superman and Batman are the prodigies, are the broth from the stubby shillelagh of Werner von Braun.
Yeah. And Bruno Mars has a house right there, can afford it. He comes out of nowhere too. You know who he looks like, Bruno?
Such a fanoik.
I didn't do it yet, but he looks, and I said that to Eminem once. I said, this guy looks like the same guy from the Paranormal State, Bruno. They're very ugly-looking guys, and you can't imagine how they would choose them over some beautiful guy like yourself, with a great voice. Of course, because...
Thank you very much.
They don't have to. Why would they choose? They'd rather rob you like a freaking Jew and give it to them.
Well, they ain't robbing from El Gran Sephardim anymore because we bite and we fight, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Speaking of biting...
We are the resistance.
That's right. We are the resistance.
We're resisting you, Alex.
Speaking of biting, I want to go back to what's going on in Israel because it's so imperative to talk about it because it could really be like the last domino to fall. Or it could be the domino that makes all the dominoes fall. Okay, it's just incredible. What they said, they defanged Abbas. I'm thinking that Abbas's fangs, they're running around wild, stabbing people now. Since they took them out of Abbas's freaking mouth, now they're running around stabbing people. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again. I stand in solidarity with the practitioners of Judaism. I stand in solidarity with the Jewish people. I'm not going to say that about their government or even the American government because they're run by Nazis. But, ladies and gentlemen, the aims of these oligarchical psychopaths are to extinguish anyone who practices Judaism or is a Jew.
Yeah.
They want you dead. They want you 6 feet under. Okay? And these operatives, these Nazi operatives, they live. They're here today. And it's my patriotic duty to go toe-to-toe with these scumbags like if I was the real Captain America. But forget about Captain America, because he's also part of the whole Nazi paradigm. He's basically the whole super soldier, create an Aryan warrior, the perfect Aryan warrior. And there's a whole Nazi just dialectic to that. But I'm telling you, I am the equivalent of Captain America going up against Red Skull when I talk about this type of stuff.
You know, Bruce, they have targeted diseases, just like, SARS and MERS, all these kinds of diseases that are targeted to your DNA. And some Jewish, not Sephardic, but the Ashkenazi has like a type O blood for the most part, and black people. So some of that GMO food will affect type O blood, for example, way faster than it would somebody of a different descent. So they are targeting food as death. They don't want us here. Okay, these people want to rule everything, and I bet they got the intel not to eat it.
And that's exactly what leads me to my next point. We're under attack by Cointelpro from Ohio. Losers. I mean, I don't even sweat these guys.
I probably won't even be in Ohio for long.
I don't even sweat these guys, but I'm going to expose their entire operation right now in this segment. Basically, what was Cointelpro? Cointelpro was a covert operation designed to spy and even kill leaders of the Black Civil Rights Movement. And believe it or not, even Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy authorized Cointelpro. But really, Cointelpro has metastasized into just a new beast. It's been taken over by Army PSYOPs. They got former Marines, or just not even Marines. I mean, this guy can shoot the side of an Iron City beer can.
Marines.
They got low-level Lance Corporal,
Losers,
never did anything, just gas jockeys that probably didn't even pump the gas, because they couldn't even do that, folks. They couldn't even put the gas into the freaking military vehicle. But they have, Cointelpro started off as under the FBI. But really, it's evolved. Now the CIA's taken over it. They have these CIA-paid trolls out there. And Edward Snowden did another NSA agent that they put out there, who probably is related to Wagner, who is related to Willie Nelson, who's related to all these Nazis. They put out something, a guide pretty much on how covert just agents infiltrate the internet to manipulate, deceive, and destroy reputations. That's exactly what they do. Okay, they'll target someone like Jaja or myself, and they know damn well that they don't have the balls to say to my face, because I'll take them to court or I'll beat the living crap out of them in the middle of the street. But these are people that you shouldn't take lightly, folks. Okay, that's why I'm as fierce and I sound as mean. I never wanted to be this mean, but these people made me be like this, because you can't just back down from these people. These are sick scum.
Yeah, Bruce started
communist scum.
He started going down the rabbit hole slowly, and as soon as he started going down the rabbit hole, Alex Jones and friends started to watch him, but he kept going, and they kept trying to deter him, deviate him, and infiltrate his own, his ways.
Oh no, Cointelpro took down the Montalvo report. I had, similar to Drudge report, I had a Montalvo report. And these Cointelpro agents that are not just FBI anymore, they've mutated into CIA, Army, military PSYOPs. They targeted me. And they honeypotted me. They tried to act like they're patriots and they're for the cause. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are nothing but subverters. They want to misguide you. I mean, they'll offer you anything.
Lie to you.
They'll even offer you sex. I mean, I had this one agent offer me his wife. Literally.
Yeah.
This guy who has a shitty talk show on Spreaker that's probably on right now the same time as us.
Not on Spreaker anymore.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Let me finish. He offered me his wife. He wanted me. He didn't do it he didn't just come out and say, "Hey, would you fuck my wife?" He had his wife grab my junk. She grabbed El Gran Montalvo's freaking phallus.
She couldn't resist the
She couldn't resist the Gran Montalvo phallus.
You.
I know you can't either.
No, but
anyway, we ain't going there. I'm talking about just these Cointelpro agents will do anything. They'll even give you their wife.
But wait a second. He invited you to sleep over. He wanted to do you too.
Nobody's doing me.
Okay, but that was in his mind. That's what his figured he'd get
I
his
ain't
wife
no
to
Italian
get you turned
guinea
on.
fanoik.
Okay.
This guy was.
He's a flip.
And this guy loves to open his mouth and act like we're in lucha libre and he unmasked me. What did you unmask? What did you unmask? My greatness? I didn't want people to know how freaking great I was. Alright? But guess what? Thank you for all the free advertisement, you son of a bitch. Keep saying my name like you're Beyonce, huh? Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Let me tell you this. These people, these covert agents, these Cointelpro agents, these Army PsyOps agents, they come up with the craziest schemes now. I mean, to make money because they're talentless, worthless pieces of scum. I'm going to tell you folks, if you ever get this door-to-door salesman coming around saying that he could help you with your home mortgage or he can help you fix up your home, this guy, stay away from this guy. Stay away from anybody that says he's a consumer advocate. Stay away from anybody that says he worked at Coca-Cola. Stay away from anybody that says that he was at Ted Bundy Ranch because that Bundy Ranch PSYOP, Molly Corp, communist Chinese, gold land debacle. It was all just a ruse. All these idiot patronunts think that it was fighting the feds. Bullshit. You're in bed with the feds. You have the same telecommunications systems as the feds, the BLM, whatever that was. And InfoHorse, KKK Wars was behind that too. So that's why I know they're a unit.
And what about Cliven Bundy? You've already traced his. You know that his son was
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, it's his son.
Anyway, we have people who are affiliated to Ted Bundy targeting us. It's very scary, and it's another reason why I love the Second Amendment. And if you do your homework on me, like I know you Cointelpro did, you know I don't miss. I don't miss. I'm like 2 to the chest, homie. Like straight up, like gangsta LA, Los Avenues. Like even better than those sloppy sons of bitches. I'm good. I've been shooting guns since I was like 7.
Well, they should just lay off you.
I'm good. You want to fuck with me? just wait.
That's why they're
wait till the
running.
apocalypse, pussy. Wait till the apocalypse. But look, these
apocalypse.
These covert agents, they'll do anything. They'll even steal your house. And they want to say I'm not a capitalist. I make money in NYC. I'm a jeweler. I'm selling jewelry left and right. What are you selling? What are you selling? Nothing. You got nothing. That's why you're asking for donations like a little socialist bitch. You're no different than Bernie Sanders, who wants other people to pay for everything else. You're no different. You're a communist scumbag. And I kicked your ass. I'll kick your ass again anytime, any day.
Okay, let's get back to basics. Bernie Sanders is not a real Jew, and it makes me sick that they're totally making him the Jewish pick. So if you're Jewish, you should now vote for
Well, it's funny you
Bernie
said that.
Sanders.
We did a little survey, and it's not to say that you agree with Bernie because they also gave you Rand Paul. They gave me Rand Paul, but they wanted to say that you're like Bernie Sanders just because you agree with Medicaid and people getting.
Yeah.
We saw how it's really a ruse, the whole healthcare system. And I mean, if we have enough money to drop bombs and be the security guard of the world, we can't take care of our own people here. But some people want to call that socialism. I don't know.
It's not. That's baloney. You could be a capitalist. We're capitalists. We believe in the enterprise of the individual.
Yeah, you're an individual. You're an enterprise. You make your own money.
But we're in a very rich country. And if our monies are being spent overseas for foreign interests, and we're putting our armies overseas and kill people, they at least could absorb, take care of our own. There's too many people with life-threatening illnesses, and they're on their death. And people.
Well, that's the reason they gave you Bernie Sanders, because of the whole healthcare thing, the questions.
This is a false promotion, okay? Because I I don't agree with him. He's, first of all...
Hey, they gave me a Nazi. They gave me Rand Paul.
Okay, but he's a Nazi too. His family is not Jewish. His grandmother is Alice Olwinski.
Oh, wow.
She was also a wicked Nazi. He's from the Clarkson family. Kelly Clarkson's related to Bernie Sanders, and so is Gerald Ford. All right, I looked at their whole family tree, their pictures, everyone. They've even changed somebody's name. It's the same person. They're all in hiding. The CIA and the FBI give them like it's going out of style, but give them another new idea, a new name. They don't care. They don't care. I mean, it's just what it is, man. I mean, this whole libertarian, I consider myself, you were to say if if I identify with any particular party, I guess it would be more libertarian. My cousin Aaron Russo was
one of the most famous libertarians of all time.
Although I don't agree with, you know what really bothers me? All these KKK Nazi organizations like InfoWars and everybody else in this freaking truth movement, patriot movement, they're all screaming, pro-life, pro-life. You ask yourself this, Bruce, how the hell are all these Nazis all of a sudden pro-life?
Yeah, how many Jews did they put through the bone crusher? How many Jews did they take the gold out of their mouths? How many Jews did they steal their wealth and their gold and their art and just their lives right from under them?
Yeah.
And now they're pro-life? Give me a break.
Yeah, I don't believe it. It's a front, okay? So I'm not pro-life. I'm pro-choice, all right? Because in the end, if you were to follow somebody like Ron Paul, okay, part of the chaos, and they stopped funding people that wanted to, couldn't afford their children.
They're attacking us.
If they couldn't, oh my God, look at Bruce's screen.
They're attacking us.
That is insane.
We're off there now. They attacked us right before the show was ending.
Those look like swastikas. That's crazy. Take a screen snap of that. You can't get up in there again?
No. They attacked the show.
4 minutes left.
I know. Fuck.
What the hell was that? Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Did you take a screen snap of it?
Yeah, but they attacked the show. It's down now.
You can't up it?
No, well, it'll be
Just
up.
go back up and then let's go into it.
My computer's...
Just reboot and we'll open it up and maybe if they're still on the stream. It's crazy.
And we're back. We're back with 2 minutes left. Just a major malfunction, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in.
Major attack.
Either major attack or major malfunction.
Never seen that before. You had tiger's pattern all over your
look like a white Bengal tiger pattern.
Tiger tooth.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back with a couple of minutes left on TalkStream Live. We want to thank everybody who's been listening to us on TalkStream Live. We're going to do some overdrive because of this, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's imperative that we do some overdrive because, we want to end the show on a high note. It's been a very fun show. And we'll, link the two shows up together and make it sound real nice.
Yes, absolutely.
So, continue.
So we were talking about Bernie, right? And this whole libertarian thing is that Bruce said, well, I want to know where your views guide more toward. And I would say it was more libertarian because of my, my family, my own beliefs, my own learning. But, I felt that this particular, a questionnaire, a survey, was trying to advertise their candidates to us. So Why did they stick Bernie Sanders and Hillary in my face? And because of this healthcare thing, it's so retarded because like I said, I was saying that we're such a rich country and we should be able to take care of our poor, and it doesn't cost that much. And, especially the sick and the needy. If all the other countries, you have France, you have England. I don't like England, but I mean, France, it works well. Japan, socialized healthcare is okay. We don't really go to the doctors a lot. You don't really have to go. People go. We really try to take care of ourselves and use natural remedies. But God forbid something happens. You don't even know when anything can happen. You can't go without health insurance. God forbid. I knew a guy once, he had brain cancer and he didn't have health insurance. He was asking people for money. I mean, in any other country that's a first world country, it would never happen that way. I mean, if you had a brain cancer and you were living in France, you get operated. But here, they make it impossible. They make it so out of reach and range for the normal person that it's obvious the Nazis are running it. They just want you to be rich. You either make money and pay for your own stuff and, or just die. We don't care about you anyway,
Really, it's a system run by Nazis, a system that's meant to not only kill you, but rob your wealth at the same time. Ensure that they have all the wealth and get you sick.
And they give you pills, all kinds of pills. Like let me just tell you one thing, like acid reflux, that one weird thing that some people have. You can take a very simple remedy, and it's apple cider vinegar.
And listen in. I have a buddy of mine that might have acid reflux, so you listen in now.
Yeah, I mean, you just take a little bit of vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I think I use Bragg's or something because that's like organic. But I think any apple cider vinegar will work. Or if you just want to eat an apple a day, that will work also. The fact is that your acid levels are off, and you need a base. So apples are a base, and it will counteract any of the effects. So that's the difference. With most people these days, they go running to the doctor. They go running to the ER. They get a cold. I mean, you can get rid of a cold. You can get rid of the flu. You can stop it from becoming bronchitis. You could prevent it from becoming influenza if you know how to take care. I mean, but people, you're not given those tools. Even the doctors themselves aren't given the nutritional education because Rockefeller just zapped that out of the curriculum. While they were going to med school, they only know basic nutrition. So it's very difficult. It's really left to the individual. But the great thing about today is that we have the internet, and it's so expansive. And now, the first time ever in history, I could learn cures from India.
That's right.
I could learn cures from Brazil.
Well, like turmeric.
Yeah, and turmeric and honey.
It's very popular right now. Everybody knows about turmeric now.
Yeah, and turmeric, but there's a lot of other herbs from India, and then there's Brazilian herbs, there's Chinese herbs. You used to have to go to certain books and to certain schools to learn Chinese medicine. You could I studied with somebody for 8 years, but that's not. I also had a limited, even with all the 8 years of learning with my mentor, there's still way more information out there on the internet than I ever, and it's amazing. So I think that a lot of our bodies are created to heal, and we can heal a lot of things. Now, it's funny. I think George Norrie had a guest on earlier this week, a doctor.
You mean Death himself?
Oh, my God.
That guy loves talking about death more than a freaking mortician. Anyway, go on. He had a doctor, right?
Yeah, and I don't remember what I was going to say.
You said he had some type of doctor on giving remedies, right? Probably some cornball doctor. You probably meant Dr. Wallach or some just CIA doctors. Probably. No, ONI, Office of Naval Intelligence.
I know what it is.
Doctors.
So they said they were talking about healing the tooth. And one of the questions was to this doctor, you're right, that's who it was once you feel like you have like a cavity, can it heal? And the doctor was adamant and said, no, it cannot heal. There's no way. I've never heard of it. And I've only heard of gum disease healing, and I can tell you how to heal gum disease. You use several things. You could use camu, which is vitamin C, 50 times stronger than an orange. You can use this stick. It's called a mikwack. It's from the Arab community. They use that. Egyptian, I think, mostly. But I really believe the tooth can actually heal. I know dentists will probably say that I'm insane, but I believe that you can heal your teeth with two things. With coconut oil, by pulling it. There's something called pulling, where you put a spoonful of coconut oil in your mouth and you shake it around for 20 minutes. You swish it around, and hydrogen peroxide, human grade. So if you ever feel that you have something coming on in your tooth, use the human grade, food grade hydrogen peroxide, and then use the swishing of the coconut oil, and you tell me if it worked or not before you go running to the dentist to pull your tooth out or get a mercury filling. Just try it, okay? And if it disappears, just keep doing it, and your teeth could very well have been prevented from being lost. So I actually dispute what he said. I've experienced it. But that's...
Well, what else do you expect from the freaking Office of Naval Intelligence?
They want, do you think they're going to put on a mass public announcement that the dentistry is a sham, that people can heal themselves?
First of all, George Snorri Death himself, who just reads you the obituaries now, is like, today someone died. And today, a woman was found beaten to death. What a lovely day. We thought it was a Halloween prop. Turns out it was real blood. I love it.
Yeah, or today there were two twins that were born on the same day.
And they died.
And they died on the same day.
That guy loves death so much. The freaking O&I, man, they're a freaking cult over there. And you know what? It really pisses me off that these O&I, these secret society within the Navy, they want to go around on talk radio, on late night radio, and say, oh, we're at the forefront of exposing the JFK assassination. Bullshit. You were at the forefront of pulling the goddamn trigger, more than likely.
Well, we think that, I believe that it was somebody very close to John F. Kennedy. I think the person who gave the final shot was Jackie.
That's right. Vatican assassin. All roads lead to the dope and his
I mean, if I was Jackie and you were John, and you were full.
Oh, that means I was getting it on with Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I would blow
You'd blow my freaking head off?
Blow your fucking head off. Just like she did.
Oh, man.
And that's how
Remind me never to talk to Marilyn Monroe again. Anyway, go on.
No, but for real, I mean, that's exactly... I mean, everybody knows they were having an affair. Just put yourself in her position, my friends. You're beautiful Jackie Bouvier, okay? Probably related to my friend Lionel Bouvier in Switzerland. But meanwhile, because she looks like him and they have the same name. But she's there, very classy woman. He's classy. Classy family. And there she is, married to this pimp president who thinks he's everything.
Not only that, but a Nazi.
Yeah.
Undercover Nazi, but go on.
Yeah, and the CIA wants him out for many reasons. They bring to her photographs of her husband that she loves, that she thought she could respect, fooling around with the bombshell Marilyn. You think that if somebody came to me and showed me pictures of you banging out this chick, I wouldn't want to blow your head off? I mean, really.
I would not want to be within 2 feet of you.
I mean, what if it was the other way around? What if I'm like Hillary, right? And I'm like mad famous.
You're a lesbian now?
No. What if I'm in a powerful female and I'm president, right? Like that. But I'm straight.
You're banging Uma bin Laden?
No. Pretend I'm straight. Okay?
I thought you were.
Pretend I'm a straight president.
Oh.
Okay. So pretend I'm Hillary, but straight. And you found out that I'm banging somebody else, like
you're banging Uma bin Laden. If I was,
let me
tell you this. Let me tell you. No, No, I'll kill you.
That's what I mean.
Look,
You kill me.
Listen, Uma, if it was Uma and you were Hillary in a hypothetical, scenario, and I was Bill, why don't you let me join in a little bit?
I don't think so. If you were Bill, you'd want him to be 16 years old.
Oh, man, yeah, I'd be hanging out with those Epstein, Franklin cover-up Republican pedophile, Masonic pedophile bastards.
That's right. So, I mean, I don't know how much more we have, but I wanted to bring up our store that a lot of people are really feeling. We have some very famous stars that are...
They're feeling it. They're
feeling it, too. We're actually doing nicely now. We don't want to mention any names, but they are really...
We respect our customers' privacy.
That's right. And they are buying a lot of our beautiful jewelry. We have handmade, one-of-a-kind items, both in sterling and then copper and brass. You could go to Etsy, that's ETSY.com, and either type in one word, Antique Obsessions with an S, or Conceptual Subculture in one word. You'll find either of our stores. They connect to each other, or you could type in etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions or etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture. In Conceptual Subculture, we have a 50 off sale right now. So yeah, that's very hot. People are buying a lot out of that store. We're constantly making new things. Everything is one of a kind. Everything is vetted. All of our sterling is tested. Any gold we use is tested. We don't lie. We don't play with our customers. We'll do the best we can. If you talk to us and if you want to buy more than one thing, we usually hook you up and usually give you a little gift too. So come by. We're very nice, even though we seem really angry and mean. It's because we have every reason to be.
Because we're fighting Cointelpro scum from the Mecca, the hub of losers, Ohio. I mean, you should just shut your mouth. All right? Know your role and shut your mouth before I go over there and I kick your candy ass.
Not just
all
that.
Right?
I'm fighting Coney. I'm fighting Jason fucking Russell.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fighting a goldfish, and you're fighting a real gorilla.
The first letter that I got from Invisible Children, the printed out letter, it was this really bad graphic that was like, remember that? It was like printed on the whole page. It was like two atlases with a big triangle upside down.
That. Right.
I was like, what are they kidding? Are they trying to scare me?
It's like the most Masonic letter I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, straight from CIA office.
Speaking of Masonic and CIA, Jaja's got a new page up on MTV Artists. All right, you go to mtv.com/artist/Jaja-Deuce because there's also 50 Cent put out like all these other little poo butt freaking wanksters out there.
They aren't even making music.
They aren't even making music. They just wanted to
me.
occupy the name Jaja.
Yeah, they wanted to occupy Jaja.
Guess what? This ain't no Occupy Jaja. The only one that's occupying Jaja is me. Anyway, in that way. But here we go, folks. Check out her new page, mtv.com/artist/Jaja. Her new single's up there for Break the Door Down. Yours truly is in it, macking up on her because, I love me some Jaja, man. All right, so just check it out. If she's performing somewhere, if she's got a new video, her album's going to be dropping very, very soon. We just need to light a fire under a couple people's asses and get them to, comply with her grand greatness over here.
We're not on. She said we're not on.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are. We're getting live intel from a listener who's concerned because we just...
She said she couldn't hear one word of our show. Nothing.
Okay, well, we're back on. If you're listening, we're doing a little bit of overdrive, and I definitely want you guys to go over to mtv.com/artist/Jaja-Deuce/ just type in Jaja and she'll come up, folks. And it's just a great page. And if you want to keep up with all things Jaja and her new album Damage Control, that's the place to go. Yeah. We're going to be updating that page all the time.
That's right.
Anytime she does anything, if she sneezes, I'm going to update the page.
Yeah. All right, Bruce. So what do you say we wrap it up and just wish everybody goodbye and thank you for listening?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You have been listening to the excellence of radio execution and his queen. This is Bruce Montalvo signing out from the epicenter of cool, Brooklyn, New York, with my queen.
Cha-cha.
Reminding you to stay tuned live every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, to the best in alternative media. This is the Bruce Montalvo Show. Thank you for listening.
Peace.